Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, sir. My name is Marichu Hernan, and I am one of the presenter in today's lesson. So the topic that we're going to discuss is not new to us because this has been mentioned a lot of times during the previous discussions, and this is one of the 7 new literacies in the 21st century. So in today's world, we all know that we are surrounded by information from the internet, from the TV, or radio, videos, and even memes, right? So these forms of information come from different kinds of media. That is why it's very important for us to be media literate, to understand how to read, analyze, and even create media messages in a smart and responsible way. So let's talk about media literacy. But before we discuss what is media literacy, let's define first what is media. So according to Lynch 2018, the term media refers to all electronic and digital means. So it has also come from print or artistic visuals, and it is used to transmit messages through print media, audio media, visual media, interactive media, or combination of each. So when we say print media, example of this like mga magazines, newspapers, books. So those are examples of print media that we can get information from. We have also audio media. So example for this is like we can get information from radio or from the songs, from the music that we listen to. And another one is the visual media. So of course, example of this is the television. We can see lots of information on the TV or on our digital platforms, or also in our phones, laptops. So those are the example of visual media. And we have also interactive media. So example of this is through games. Like diba, if magdula mo games also while playing, dili lang man siya, it's all about playing. We can also gain information, or we can also learn from the game, diba? So those example of different kinds of media. So again, we have print media, audio media, visual media, interactive media, or combination of each. And according to Matier and Ghent, media can be a component of active learning strategies such as group discussions and case studies. So nga component man ang media of active learning strategies. It's because when we do group discussions, of course, diba, we have different kinds of ideas. We express ourselves. So sometimes you don't understand sa ideas imong group mates. So you're able to search on the internet, or search information from the books or any media outlets. So that is why media is a component of active learning strategies, kasi through those medias naka-learn man kag information. And also during case studies, of course, if natin mga research, di ba, naga-seek information, naga-look for information kita sa books or internet, sa atong laptops or phones, diba? So that is why component ang media of active learning strategies according to Matier and Ghent. Okay, now let's move forward to media literacy. So media literacy is the ability to access, analyze, evaluate, and create media, according to Firestone 1993. Media literate youth and adults can understand the complex messages received from television, radio, internet, newspapers, magazines, books, billboards, video games, music, and all other forms of media. So again, ganina we discuss about media sa katong mga television, radio, internet. So media literacy is how we analyze those kind of information that we get from the media platforms. So yun sa nimo siya pag-interpret, yun sa nimo siya pag-analyze. So it means if you have media literacy, it means that you're able to analyze kung true or false ba ang information imong na-receive or imong nakitaan sa mga media platforms. So you're able to understand if legit ba siya ng mga information or dili. So muna siya ang media literacy. Another example for that is kanang di ba dahan kita makita nga mga news article online, especially sa ato ang mga social media platforms. So if you have media, or if you are media literate, of course you can already evaluate or kanang ma-analyze na nimo information if tinuod ba siya or dili. So sometimes clickbait related siya, and or or worse is ano siya, nag-spread lang din siya og misinformation. So ikaw na ano na ka literate na ka about media is kabalo na ka nga ay dili ka mo click ana nga information because ano man siya, it's false and nag-spread lang din siya og misinformation. So another example of that is also kanang sa mga TikTok, di ba dahan kay mga hype sa TikTok, nagabaligya sila mga products nga kung sa ang mas trending karon, and then you don't know nga fake dito nga product, kanang ginakopy ra din nila ang kanang original nga product and then ginabaligya nila with same price. So kanang mga dahan kay hype sa TikTok nga mga dili day tinuod. So muna siya ang mga examples of media literacy. The Ontario Ministry of Education 1989 stressed that media literacy helping students develop an informed and critical understanding of the nature of mass media, the techniques used, and their impact. It also intends to provide students the ability to create media products. So it means that students should learn to question media, how it works, who made it, and how it affects how we think. So ang student dapat nagaano din siya critical thinking, kanang unsay makita sa media, dili siya dapat mutuod dayon like mo yes na dayon siya, but instead dapat i-ano pa niya, i-analyze pa gid niya and i-question pa gid niya kung unsa man gid ni, kung tinuod ba gid ni o unsay purpose nga nung gi-post ko nung gi-post ni siya nga message, unsa gyud purpose ani niya. So nga na dapat ang students. Another one is, according to Hobbes 1997, media literacy is the ability to identify different types of media from a wide array of sources and understand the messages they bring. So same ganina, it's the ability ang media literacy to identify different types of media that dapat kabalo ta understand, mo analyze, mo evaluate if unsa atong nakita nga media, if ang information if tinuod ba siya or dili. So dili ta dapat mo mutuo dayon. But most of all, these have one thing in common, that someone created it for a reason. Therefore, understanding that reason is the basis of media literacy. So there are 10 media literacy concepts that help us to interact with modern media. So let's start with number 1. It is the ability to critically assess the accuracy and validity of information transmitted by the mass media and produce information through various forms. So meaning, we are able to evaluate and create information from media. Like, for example, when we do research or kanang maghimot og mga infographics, diba? Naga-create og information from media and also nag-evaluate nato if kung maghimot og mga research, diba? Nag-evaluate nato ang information if tinuod ba ni siya or dili. So muna siya ang the ability to critically assess the accuracy and validity of information. Next, number 2, we have also known as media education. It is the ability to realize that all kinds of media show a representation of reality. So meaning, people should understand that media is not real life. It's just one version of reality. Because sometimes mga good ang people is nag-rely na sila sa sa social media. Kung unsa ilang makita dito nga post is nagatuod agin sila nga tinuod na to siya. Like unsa ilang nakita nga lifestyle sa uban, ito ang sila kanang mutuog sila mo na gito ang ilang lifestyle, but we don't know the reason behind that. Wala kabalo if tinuod ba gid siya or dili, because other people sometimes use other people things para ilang i-post ilang own social media account, but then dili dito ilaha, and then ikaw nga nakakita viewer is naka-feel kag jealousy and envy nga dili dapat, because you don't know the reason behind that, or unsa jud ang tinuod jud, unsa jud purpose ana niya sa iyang mga post or sa tanang mga information nga iyang kita sa mga media platforms. Next, we have number 3. It is the process of accessing, decoding, evaluating, analyzing, and creating both print and electronic media. So it means that people can able to decode and analyze like sa media, like videos, news, or ads. So kung sa ito makita sa media nga information, mga videos sa ito makita like sa YouTube or sa TikTok or other platforms, kabalo ta mag-decode sa message is unsa purpose, if tinuod ba siya or dili. Kung unsa gyud ang iyang kabalo ka mag-analyze is para asa gyud na siya nga information. Next, we have number 4. It depicts experience of reading text and designing hypertext made possible through technology, according to Hobbes 2007. So it means that we can learn through technology-based reading or design. Kanang makabulan ta, we're able to read or kanang mga maka-design ta through mga technology-based nga mga kanang mga platform. So Una siya. Next, we have number 5. It pertains to understanding how to use today's technology, how to operate equipment, use various softwares, and explore the internet. So it means that we understand how to use modern technology apps or software. So dapat kabalo na ta mo like mo gamit unsa nang mga software diha or mga technological mga devices, mga applications. Kabalo ta unsaon siya pag gamit. So muna siya. Next, we have number 6. As a 21st century approach to education, media literacy builds understanding of the role of media in a society, as well as the essential skills of inquiry and self-expression necessary for democratic citizens. So it means that media literacy teaches critical thinking and expression in this digital age. Next, we have number 7. It represents response to the complexity of the ever-changing electronic environment and communication channels. So it means that it helps us navigate the changing digital world. So media literacy really help us na manavigate nato ang of course this changing digital world kanang kabilang ta mo-adapt sa mga changes. So siya. Next, we have critical evaluation of media requires the ability to analyze and disseminate various features to others. So it means it builds our skills to analyze and explain media to others. Number 9 is it is about teaching critical media management strategies, including ICTs in schools and learning centers. So school teach media strategies, especially ICT, because of course nga important siya kayo nga matun-an sa students how to use the information and communication technology. So next, we have number 10. It includes the ability to perform effective internet searches, awareness and respect of intellectual property and copyright law, and the ability to identify truth from fake news. So meaning, it includes doing smart internet searches, knowing about copyright and spotting fake news. So for example, like nakamakita ng information sa internet, nang kabalo na ka if tinuod ba siya or dili, and kabalo na pud ka nga if copyright ba ni siya nga video or original gini siya. So you have that ability already. So those are the media literacy concepts. So when we look for information sa Google, natin gina-search some information or naga-fact check ta sa YouTube, so it means that we are already practicing media literacy. So now let's move to the rules of media literacy. So there are 6 rules of media literacy. Let's start with the first one. Learn to think critically. So it means that we are able to ask if is this information true or biased. So it means that dili din ta mo like mutuo dayon or ma-react dayon sa information. We have to think critically first at sang i-evaluate gid og tarong if true ba ang information nga imong nakitaan or it's just bias. Next, we have the second one, become a smart consumer of products and information. So it means that be smart about what we consume. Don't believe everything you read or see in ads. So kung natin makita ng mga advertisement sa television or sa itong mga media platforms, then matuod yun ta nga, for example, like mga pampaputi sa mga sa skincare, mga nga example, nakita nimo sa ilang advertisement na niputipid sila ingon na, but you don't know nga dili dito tinuod, gamit lang sila person nga of course puti na daan kay para i-promote ang ilang product. So dapat kabalo ta mo evaluate or ato sang i-search na ang product if tinuod ba gid siya pangpaputi or dili. Next, we have recognize point of view. So it means that recognize bias or point of view, know when someone is trying to influence your opinion. Next, we have number 4, create media responsibly. So it means that people should post with honesty and respect online. So dapat if ang sa imong gi-post is kanang dapat tinuod jud siya, dili ka mag-spread og mga misinformation, and of course dapat gina-respect pud nimo ang other people nga mga post, dili ka magpataka og judge kung sa ilang gina-post. Dapat hayaan lang nimo sila because kanang dili ka mag-judge dayon kung sa ilang mga post or whatever. So ano gid ka dapat maging respectful jud ka sa ubang tao online. Next, we have identify the role of media in our culture. So it means that we should know the impact of media and understand how media can shape our behavior or culture. But sometimes, if unsa ito makitaan sa media is may influence lain ta, like mausab din nato ang way of living, way of kanang sa atong lifestyle, because kanang na-influence ta sa atong mga tungkol sa atong makita sa mga social media or other media outlets. So dapat kabalo kita ma-identify kung it is if worth it ba gyud nga information nga ato ang nabasa. Next, we have understand the author's goal. So it means that kabalo ka ma-understand sa purpose sa author and ask why the media was made, or is it to inform or sell something or to entertain. So unsa may purpose gid sa author nganong iya nang gi-post na nga information. So kabalo siya ka mag-evaluate anang tanan. So those are the rules of media literacy. This is especially important now that fake news spreads quickly online, diba? So if we don't question what we see, we might believe lies or share wrong information. That is why important should ang critical thinking sa sa media, sa tong pag-evaluate sa media. Next, we have social media. So I think this is kanang kabalo naman ang mga tao about social media. Like I think most of us have social media accounts naman jud, no? So social media is a term that describes websites to connect people and involve user-generated content, which is the hallmark of a social media site. So for example, diba sa social media we have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, or unsa pa nang other mga social media accounts. So those are example of social media nga lots of people have accounts. Then it is sometimes called Web 2.0, which is currently a huge opportunity to reach target audience and increase online sales according to Go 2019. So of course, diba dahan tig nagasell online sa Facebook or sa TikTok, diba? Sa nag-sell sila online and nag-earn sila, of course, earn sila income through selling online. So of course, ano na kay ang social media, dili lang siya about entertainment, dili lang siya about posting dun sa imong na-feel, dun sa mga like activity nimo today, sa imong personal life. It's gid siya huge opportunity to reach target audiences, especially if you sell something. And also dahan pag mga YouTube, mga vlogger karon gina-use nila ang social media to earn. Nagapost sila og mga bisan unsa na lang para magka-earn. So but of course you have to you have to post responsibly. Dapat dili lang ka magpataka og post just because you want to be a kanang content creator. Dapat siya responsible nga content creator nga unsa imong gina-post, dapat gid siya educational, mahadjud ang maka-learn, relate, dili lang ka magpataka lang ka og post for the purpose of the audiences para lang maka-earn kag money. Now, there are 6 types of social media websites. So let's start with the first one. We have social media news websites. So example ani niya is katong mga Reddit or Dig, and user share links to articles or videos. Another example is katong Stumble Upon. So kani siya nga mga apps or mga sites is people can share their interests and para maka-meet sila people nga same interest gud sila ha. So it is a nice sites for people nga nagapangitas lang mga interest nila, and also na mga mga content like articles nga gina-post, mga videos nga makarelate pud ang people. Next, we have social media networking websites. So of course, example niya is ang Facebook. So ang Facebook is dili lang siya for posting, but also people can meet new people through social media, through Facebook, and magkadako ang ilahang kanang circle of friends because of social media platforms. And also LinkedIn. So diba dahan kay mga professional individuals nga naga-seek for career opportunities sa LinkedIn. So next, we have social media photo and video sharing. So for example, niya is mga, of course, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest, and people share visual. So sa YouTube, diba, nag-upload og mga videos, vlog nila, and para mag-earn po sila. And sa Instagram and sa Pinterest, I don't know if ano ba man ang Pinterest karon, pero ang YouTube is dahan gyapon naga-vlog dira, naga-share og mga videos. Next, we have microblogging and blogging websites. So example niya is katong mga Twitter and Snapchat. So ang Twitter is the most kanang well-known nga microblogging, while ang Snapchat is well-known for food po siya, pero lang mga video-based nga mga content ang Snapchat. Next, we have review social media review sites. So it shows how social reviews can make or break a company or an organization such as Amazon and eBay. So muna siya example sa mga mga review sites, Amazon or eBay. So that's it for the types of social media websites. So again, we need to be smart users, careful readers, and responsible creators of media. So media literacy teaches us to ask questions, search for the truth, and communicate with purpose. Thank you.
And now let's tackle about media and information literacy. So MIL, or media and information literacy, is a combination of knowledge, attitudes, skills, and practices that required to access, analyze, evaluate, use, produce, and communicate information and knowledge in creative, legal, and ethical ways that respect the human rights. This is a set of competencies that enables individuals or us to understand, critically evaluate, and engage with the information and media content that is available in today's world. And we have key components. First is to access. This is our ability to find information from various sources. Next is to analyze, to understand the context, the purpose, and the biases of information and messages. Next is to evaluate the value of information and media content to avoid fake news. And next is how we can apply it or use the information and media literacy skills to make decisions, solve problems, and create content. And next is to produce, which is sharing information in a way that are legal, ethical, and creative. And lastly is to effectively conveying the information and ideas through various media channels while respecting the human rights and ethical standards of our society. And according to UNESCO, MIL means having the abilities to find information and media content and how we can critically evaluate it, use it wisely, and how we can contribute back. And it also includes knowing our online rights, avoiding harmful actions like cyberbullying, understanding the ethical issues, and using media and technology to support equality, free speech, and peaceful dialogue across cultures and religions. So that is according to the UNESCO in 2016. And now we have aspects of MIL. So we have different aspects of media and information literacy according to these people. First, we have Reineck and Lublinsky in 2015. So they define MIL as the best result of education in media, information, and ICT, focusing on the three parts. So we have technical skills, knowing how to use devices like computers and mobiles. Next, critical attitudes, thinking deeply about the media, and facts about media and technology. So, of course, the UNESCO in 2011 highlights that being able to find information accurately and quickly is a key practical skill in media and information literacy. Next is according to Bach in 1996, he included the compositional skills, meaning our ability to create new media content. And this skill supports self-expression and helps people to become an active participants in our society. And according to him, MIL also includes the performative aspect, which means it is important to have the ability to act and apply knowledge, not just understand it theoretically. So, actions are better than words. Next, we have Moeller in 2009. So, according to him, it focuses on the user's viewpoint. So, one of the aspects of MIL is focusing on the user's viewpoint, stressing out that media consumers should recognize trustworthy news and understand how media shapes global issues in our country. So, next we have, according to Norbert Groben in 2012, he emphasizes knowing how media functions behind the scenes, such as its routines, the contexts, and impacts of media. And lastly, according to him, MIL involves developing attitudes that critically question media's negative effects while also protecting the media from the unfair pressures of the people who use it. Okay, now let's move on to 7 dimensions of MIL, or the Media and Information Literacy. This is according to Shapiro and Hughes in 1996. They identified the 7 dimensions of media and information literacy. First, we have tool literacy. This means knowing how to use and understand the practical tools and concepts of the modern information technology, or the digital tools that we use right now, like software, the hardware, and of course the multimedia, and how is it important for education and for our work. Next, we have the resource literacy, which is understanding what types of information sources exist, their formats, where to find them, and how to access these resources properly. And next, we have the social structural literacy. Means knowing that information is created within social groups and institutions and how it connects to the social networks and community life. Next, we have the research literacy. It refers to being able to use the information technology tools that designed for research purposes, such as software for analyzing the data or running simulations. This is also important for the scholars and researchers. So, yes, media and information literacy is really important for the researchers. So, without it, we cannot widen our knowledge about the specific topic. Next, we have publishing literacy. So, this is the ability or a skill to prepare and share the research or ideas electronically and using text and multimedia formats effectively. So, how we can publish the research, how we can publish informations through media. Next, we have emerging technology literacy. It is the meaning of this is adapting and understanding the new and innovative information technologies while knowing their value and how to use them. So, dili ta magpatakataka gamit og mga technology without knowing their importance and without knowing the value of that technology. Next, we have lastly we have critical literacy. It is our ability to carefully judge the strengths and weaknesses of the information technologies, including their impacts on society and individuals. So, and also the benefits and costs of information technologies. So, this is our ability to evaluate the media critically. So, if we have these 7 dimensions of MIL, wow, fantastic. Okay, now let's proceed to the advantages and disadvantages of media. Media is a powerful tool, right? And yes, naa siya disadvantages and advantages sa mga user like us. First, we will going to tackle the advantages of media. Number 1, media educate people on health matters, environmental conservation, and others through various formats. So, as you can see, there's a lot of media content creator na nag-share about health matters and about conserving our environment through various formats, various media platforms like Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and etc. Next, we have second one, people get the latest world news in a very short time regardless of distance. So, as you can see, right now, dali ra kayo makakuan og mga news through Facebook. So, ang ato na lang himuon is to evaluate it if that news is fake news or factual news. So, regardless of distance or how far away events happened. Next, number 3, people can bring out their hidden talents in the multimedia and visual arts, comedy, acting, dancing, and singing. So, media offers a platform for people to showcase their talents in arts like music, acting, dance, and comedy. So, kasagaran nato makita is sa Facebook. So, naganda kayo mga content creator, mga bago pa lang, mga newbie content creator nga nag-post sa ilang mga skills in acting or in dancing like that. And through that, pwede po nila na pagkakitaan ng ilang mga talents. Next is media increase knowledge learned from quiz programs, educational shows, and other information-giving programs. So, educational shows and quiz programs na makita nato sa media, it helps the people to learn and gain new knowledge. So there's a lot of content creator again nga naga-share sa ilang knowledge. Even though wala ka kabalo nga unsa to siya, but because of them, makabalo na gyud ka kung unsa ibig sabihin ato. Sa TikTok, daghan na sa TikTok and also sa Facebook and Instagram and many more platforms. Next, we have number 5, people feel convenient in accessing information through mobile phones. So, mobile phones na naataron is, it makes us easy to access information anytime and anywhere. One click lang. So, just one click, dagan na kag makita nga information and maka-access ka sa information na imong gustong i-share or gusto nimong tunan like that. Next, number 6, they become a vehicle in promoting products toward increased sales. So, media promotes products effectively. It supports also businesses. So, dagan na kayo mga online nga mga basta naga-sell online, and through that ginahimo nila na para dali ra sila maka-sale and also makakuha kwarta. Media helps to support business. Next, they serve as a good source of entertainment. Of course, media entertainment industry. So, media is kapag sad ka, matura kag Facebook, scroll, then malipay na ka. It's because na-entertain ka sa mga videos na imong nakita sa Facebook or sa other media platforms. And it makes you relax and enjoy like that. Number 8, we have television. Television allows electronic duplication of information that reduces mass education costing. So it means that televisions help spread information to many people, making education more affordable and accessible. It also reduces the cost of teaching a large number of people. So as you can see, sa TV is naanay mga subjects na makita nimo sa mga sa mga channel nga makatuon jud ka, like mga history like that, and it helps you as a student na makatuon jud kag tarong without going outside your house, without going anywhere, sa inyo lang balay. Next, number 9, media lead to the diffusion of diverse cultures and cultural practices. So media spread diverse cultures and traditions, allowing the people to learn about different ways of life. So makita naman gyud nato sa media is dili lang one culture ang atong matun-an, also other culture nga dili same nimo culture like sa ibang bansa, and makatuon na pud ka sa ilahang culture through media. Number 10, they help people around the world understand each other and respect differences. So, media, they encourage global understanding and respect by connecting people across the world. So, through media, dagan natag kanang mga nahimog friends around the world because of media. Kay dili naman kakailangan maglakaw-lakaw bisag asa. So, just use your mobile phone and connect to the other person or to the other person outside your place, outside the world, like that, outside the universe. Charot. Next is, let's move on to the disadvantages of media. So, napo yung mga negative impacts ang media. First, they lead to individualism. Spending too much time on the internet and watching television usually impedes socialization with friends, family, and others. So, media is makafocus ka sa imong sarili while wala na kay bitaw time to spend with your family, with your friends. Kanang you're being alone na because of media. So that is one of the disadvantages of media. Next, number 2, some media contents are not suitable for children. So some content na nakita nato sa mga Facebook or other platforms is inappropriate or harmful for children to watch. So for example, nakita sa Facebook, then that is kanang video or information is not appropriate na makita sa mga children. So one of the disadvantage of media mo yun na. Next is, a newspaper is geographically selective. So some newspapers may only focus on the local news. So malimit na nila ang global perspective. So as kanang mga katigulangan karon nga nagaano gyapon og mga newspaper is ang ilang mabasa lang is local news. Wala nila usahay, dili nila mabalaan ang say nahitabo sa outside, like globally, like that. Number 4, the increase in advertisements in television and radio makes them less attractive. So too many ads on TV and radio can annoy viewers and make program less enjoyable. So, yes, I can relate to this one. Like, nindot na kay kag salida nga natanawan din mukalitra og advertise. And ang advertise is mas taas pa siya og duration kaysa sa salida nga imong na watch or program na imong natanawan. So that is, makalagot. Next is number 5. The internet can be a possible way for scams, fraud, and hacking. So, yes, this is really true. The internet can be risky because of scams, fraud, and hacking that threaten users' safety. So, matingala na lang ka nga ang imong Facebook dili na mo open. It's because someone nga nag-hack sa imong Facebook. So, dapat dili jud ka magpataka o share og information sa kaila nimo. Sa kaila. Kay kasagaran man na ma-hack man yun na ilang mga Facebook. Kapag dili sila maging careful, like nakaranas na ko like naghatag ko og kanang code. Kailan ako siya nga girl, so moto abi na ko mapagkatiwalaan dito apit ko na hack. Next, we have number 6, media can be addictive that may result in people's decreased productivity. So, media addiction can lower people's work or study productivity by consuming too much time on media. So, some of the students can relate to this one. Kay mas unahon nila og Facebook kaysa mag-study. So, it can decrease productivity. So, dapat tama-tama lang imuhang pag-consume sa media. Number 7, they can cause health hazards such as radiation effects, poor eyesight, hearing defects, and others. So, prolonged use of media devices may cause health problems. Yes, may cause health problems kapag ma-expose ka masyado sa paggamit og mga media or sa Facebook, sa platforms using your mobile phone. So dili gid siya appropriate, so dapat limitahan yun nimo siya kay makaguba siya sa imong eyesight, and also kapag masyado kang nagapamusic og kusog, ang imong makaano siya sa imong pandungog, so that is not good. Dapat 50-50 for tapos for media, and magtabang-tabang kasi niya balay like that. Next, we have number 8. They may induce drugs and alcohol use. So media sometimes promotes drug and alcohol use, influencing negative behavior. So some media creators or content creators is naga-promote sila mga alcohol use. So dili lang nato siya makita masyado, but ni siya kanang basta mga users nga naga-share og mga negative behavior sa media. So dapat yun, dili na to na sila mga tanawon ang ilang mga video. Okay? Let's be Number 9, they can lead to personal injury by imitating the stunts showcased in media. So, kanang mga content creators nga nagahimog mga dangerous stunts. So, bawal gid na siya na atong sundugon. So, pero naman po yung mga urban creators nga nagahimog mga stunts nga dangerous, pero nag-ano sila nga dito nga dapat dili buhaton sa mga bata like that. So, medyo good na siya. Pero dapat kaning trying to copy dangerous stunts seen in media can result in accidents or injuries. So, no. Number 10, lastly, they can ruin reputation through an anonymous account, malicious scandals, false accusations, and rumors. So, media can harm someone's reputation through fake accounts, scandals, lies nga na-spread online. So, be careful sa atoang mga friends. Dapat i-check na nato kung ano ba sila, kung real account ba or fake, and also kanang mga naga-spread og kanang mga bad rumors about you. So dapat inim na sila pansinon. And that's all for my part. Thank you so much for listening.
Okay, so let us now proceed to the next part of our discussion, which is integrating media literacy in the curriculum. Okay, so now, why is integrating media literacy in the curriculum important? Okay, so media literacy is crucial, especially now that we live in the 21st century. Integrating media literacy is very important as it makes the students media literate. It teaches them on how to become critical thinkers by analyzing and evaluating what they see and read online. Although media literacy is now included in the curriculum, it still faces challenges like limited equipment, unconfident teachers, and the view that it is only supplementary subject. Okay, so although media literacy is now part of the curriculum, daghan gyapon og kanang challenges na kanang ginaatubang ani nga subject. One challenge is limited equipment, so wala enough computers, projectors, or internet sa ubang schools, especially sa remote areas. Ikaduha is teachers sometimes feel unprepared or really confident in teaching media topics like analyzing social media or understanding advertisements. And then the third one, the last one, is some still think nga media literacy kay pang extra or kanang supplementary subject or kanang dili pareha sa kanang math or science or kanang dili ka siya ingana ka importante gani. Okay, so Lynch 2018 outlines 6 strategies to effectively integrate media literacy into the classroom, helping students become media literate while making media education meaningful part of teaching. Okay, so si Lynch 2018 is naghatag siya og kanang unom ka strategies aron mas effective nga ma-integrate ang media literacy sa classroom. Okay, so kini sila na mga strategies is very helpful for students to become media literate. So meaning, the students should be able to analyze or mo question o mo evaluate sa media nga ilang makita sa TV, internet, or kanang social media. Okay, so the first one is teach students to evaluate media. Okay, so students learn to evaluate what they are viewing by showing them that media changes depending on who created it, the intended audience, and the biases that may be attributed to the source. Okay, the first thing that you must teach to your student for them to be able to become media literate is to evaluate informations and analyze informations effectively. Because the information manggod sa kanang media is kanang mag-change siya ba, that varies or depending sa sources kung asa gikan. Like for example sa katong sa ABS na issue during tong pandemic times, na katong si Ninoy is kanang ginabuhatan ko sa ABS o kanang articles kay para muhumot iyang pangalan just for them to avoid paying their tax nga na gani. So you as a teacher dapat kanang you must be able to teach the students on how to evaluate the informations, kay nabay uban jud na kanang dali lang mo tuo nga na, so dapat ma-adapt nila ni nga skill. Okay, so the second one is show students where to find digital resources and databases. Teachers should provide students with reliable and safe media sources and trustworthy content. Okay, diri is katong pareha siya sa kanang research gani nga kanang mangita ka kanang mga credible sources nga kanang imuhang tuuhan, dili kay kanang magpataka-taka lang ka kanang basa gani online nga, which turns out nang imuhang source is kanang dili siya credible, kanang dili siya kanang reliable nga source nga na. Like for example sa Wikipedia, kanang dili siya reliable na kanang source kay dili outdated siya o kanang editable siya nga na. So dapat ikaw is that kabalo ka mangita or mamili kung asa ka kanang mangitag information sa kanang tan-aw nimo ba kanang tinuod gani. Like for example sa GMA Network nga na, ilhang mga articles is kanang ginaingon gyud siya nga kanang legit gyud siya ba or kanang dili gani bias, unlike sa katong ABS o nga katong issue nila na nagabuhat sila og articles na kanang bias kay Ninoy na parang dili sila makapay og kanang tax nga na. Okay, so the third one is compare, contrast various media sources in the discussion. Okay, so distinguish various media sources and compare elements. So there is that dapat dili ka kanang masatisfy lang sa kung unsa ni imong nakita online or katong unsa imong una nga nabasa ba, dapat kabalo ka mangita or mutanaw sa kanang ubang sources, kay as what I have said earlier, the information or the content itself of the news sa kanang social media is kanang mag-varied siya sa author ba, sa writer and sa iyahang message nga gusto ipaabot sa kanang mga tao, kang feelings niya kanang gusto niya ma-feel sa mga tao ba nga na. Okay, so the fourth one is discuss how the media edits and alters purposely point out to students. Okay, so examples of media altering photographs or stories while teaching them to be critical of what they see or read at face value. Okay, there is editing tools is very rampant nowadays, diba? So one example ani is kanang sa inyong mga mama, like kanang makita nila nga mga videos online na kanang AI gani, like katong si Bongbong Marcos kay nanumbag gani, tapos mutuoda yun sila, tapos ikaw is ma-distinguish gani mga kanang AI lang gani. So that's how powerful the media and the technology nowadays. Kaya nila kanang ma-alter ang kanang reality ba tungod lang sa ka-advance o ka-high-tech sa mga technologies karon. So the idea is that dapat aware ka sa kanang mga aware ka sa kanang mga tools na kanang mga ginagamit nga ug kanang sa mga people nga naga alter sa kanang stories o kanang mga photos just to change the informations na kanang ilang gusto ipaabot sa mga tao. And then the fifth one is examine the truth in advertisements. Okay, so let students identify what advertisements are trying to sell and what promises or ideas are they using to convince them to buy a product. Okay, there is ma-connect na to ang kanang mga industries, like for example McDonald's, Unilever, and so on and so forth sa media, because the industries itself uses media as a form of technique just to sell their products or just to earn money. So examples ani is kanang ilang mga advertisements sa TVs. So for example sa kanang sa whitening lotion nga na, kadalasan magud sa mga industries is nagagamit sila ka ng mga propaganda techniques. Dira jud sila hawd. Moingon sila nga try to use this product nga muputi ka og kanang within 7 days, tapos which turns out dili tinuod ba, like mudagan po siya a month, or ang uban gani kanang dili mo nga is dili gyud siya mo effect nga na. Okay, so the last one is have students create media. Let students create media appropriate to their level, such as presentation, videos, and websites. Okay, there is the application of the media itself. There is kanang pabuhatin mo yung mga students sa kanang project related to media. Like for examples, creating a what do you call that? Persuasive speech about avoiding or the dangers of teenage pregnancy by posting it to social media. So therefore, by applying that activity, matudluan yung mga students on how to become digitally literate and as well as ma-expose po sila when it comes to the proper use of the social media itself. Okay, the next one is media skill. Okay, so media skills, Hobbs and Frost, 1994, present the skills that students are able to possess with the media they use in class. Okay, so number 1 is reflect on and analyze their own media consumption habits. Okay, so reflect on and analyze their own media consumption habits. Okay, so students should think about what type of media they use every day, like Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, TV, or news. Okay, so they need to understand how often they use these and how it affects their thoughts, behaviors, and opinions. Okay, so the second one is identify the author, purpose, and point of view in films, commercials, televisions, and radio programs, and etc. Okay, so identify the purpose on author of the view and films, commercials, televisions, and radio programs. Okay, so students must learn to recognize who created the media, author, or why is it created, or what its purpose is, and what opinion or perspective is being shown. Okay, so this helps them understand what media is created with a message or intention. So diri is kanang daghang masyog forms ang media. Isa na dira ang mga films o kanang what do you call that? Short skits and so on and so forth. Diri is kanang you must learn how to decode or makita kung sa mga hidden na kanang messages within that movies or movies and programs. Okay, so the third one is identify the range of production techniques that are used to communicate opinions and shape audience response. Okay, so students should also learn how media uses techniques like music, camera angles, lighting, sound effect, and editing to express opinions and influence the audience emotions and reactions. Okay, so the fourth one is identify, evaluate the quality of media representation of the world. Dili is dapat tudluan nimo ang mga students on how to observe and evaluate kung giunsa papakita sa media ang kalibutan ba. For example, accurate ba ang gipakita sa news about poverty, gender roles, or culture? Because dili tanan makita sa media is kanang tinuod gani or balance. So students must learn to ask, sakto ba ni nga representation? Yan na. Okay, so the fifth one is appreciate the economic underpinnings of mass media industries. Students should understand nga media is also a business. So as what I have said earlier, ang mga industries is kanang nagagamit sila media ba nga na. So ang mga TV stations, websites ug newspapers is nanginahanglan o kanang kwarta, nanginahanglan po sila kanang kwarta. So para ma-operate usually from ads or sponsors, so they should learn nga ang kwarta kay dako siya og role sa kanang media production. Yan. Okay, so number 6 is understand how media economics shapes messages content. So dili lang kay business pero ang message pod mismo sa media. So usahay is kana maka-affect po siya sa kanang kwarta ba. Like for example, kung ang TV show kay gisponsoran siya sa kanang brand, basin dili nila pakita ang kanang negative side sa kanang brand. Pero atong gyud kagayon sa katong shampoo nga kanang kuan katong ay sa katong lotion na katong giuna ko sa inyo nga ganina nga makaputi siya within 7 days, tapos dili nila ingon ng katong negative side sa paggamit katong nga lotion mga kanang, which is kanang isog di ka siya o kanang mag-cause siya o kanang mga hapdos sa panit nga. Okay, so number 7 is gain familiarity and experience in using mass media tools for personal expressions and communication. Okay, so diri is kanang importante nga kanang kabalo ang students kung saon paggamit sa media tools like video editing, vlogging, podcasting, or social media. Okay, so pinaagi ani is kanang ilahang ma-express ang ilahang kanang sarili gani o kanang unahuna in a creative and responsible way. Approaches to teaching media literacy. Okay, so media arts education approach. Okay, so this approach focuses on helping students appreciate the artistic and creative aspects of media. Okay, so it treats media like any other form of art, such as painting, music, or literature, by exploring its aesthetic qualities such as design, editing, sound, and storytelling. It also encourages students to express themselves creatively by making their own media, such as film, posters, or digital arts. Okay, so diri is katong mga forms sa digital arts. So media arts is kanang dili lang siya kanang about sa kanang movies o kanang mga TV shows ba, but also diri apod magamit ang mga digital arts like Canva and so on and so forth, nga magamit nimo in order to effectively deliver content or messages sa people. Okay, so the second one is media literacy movement approach. Okay, so this approach expands the idea of literacy beyond just reading and writing print text. It includes popular culture and various types of media such as TV, social media, music videos, ad, and online content as valid forms of communication. It teaches students to read media messages the same way the same way they would read a book, by understanding the message structure, audience, and intent. Diri is katong ma-relate siya sa katong gidiscuss ako ganina. Kining media literacy movement approach is kanang same sa katong decoding gani kung unsa ang kanang hidden message within that films or kanang short skits or kanang mga drama ba, mga makita sa online, or sometimes gani case kanang ang poems is gina-upload nyo sa kanang media, kanang laglum ka siya kanang dulot or kanang terms sa ginagamit mga kanang relevant or connected ka siya sa kanang mga issue sa karon sa society. Okay, so the third one is critical media literacy approach. So this approach goes deeper. It focuses on examining power, ideology, and representation in media. It asks who controls the messages, whose voices are included or excluded, what values, beliefs, or social issues are being promoted. It encourages students to question how media reflects or shapes views on gender, race, class, sexuality, and politics. Okay, so critical media literacy approach is mas lalo na siya nga kanang type sa approach. Dili lang siya about sa kanang pagtanaw gani sa kanang media, pero mas gina-focus niya kung kinsa ang naga-control sa kanang mga messages ug unsa ang kanang tumong or hidden messages sa media. Okay, so kadalasan is kanang ginatubag usually it answers sa kanang mga approach nga kanang nagapangutana gani sa kung kinsa ang nagbuhat sa content, kinsa ang naa o kanang wala sa storya o kanang unsa ang values or kanang beliefs na kanang ginapakita. So students are taught to ask questions and to be critical of the media they see. They learn how media shapes the way people view gender, race, class, politics, and more. These goals of this approach is to help students think critically and not just easily believe everything they see online or on TV. Okay, so diri apod sa kanang critical media literacy approach is kanang ma-relate po natutong sa gani kanang stereotyping na kanang sa kanang mga movies o kanang TV shows na kanang ginapakita, like ang tanang dato is kanang greedy and tanang and all women should look pretty. So take note na kanang dapat dili nimo tuuhan tanang makita nimo sa kanang media gani, so dapat kabalo ka ma-evaluate kung asay tama ug asay dili ato. Okay, so the next one is utilizing media across disciplines. Okay, so media education can be integrated in every course discipline. So the following are examples of using in different subject areas such as PPP, purpose, process, performance, and product. Okay, so let us proceed to assessing and evaluating media literacy work. Okay, so media literacy work should be assessed like any other student's output. So using clear standards, regular feedback helps students reflect, improve, and recognize its importance in the course. Okay, so assessing and evaluating media literacy work means checking how well students understand and apply media literacy concepts just like any other subjects. So this should involve clear standards or rubrics such as creativity, critical thinking, message analysis, or use of media tools. And also, giving regular feedback is important so that students can reflect on their progress, make improvements, and understand why media literacy matters. Okay. However, some teachers may find some teachers may find this difficult than traditional testing because media work isn't just about right or wrong answers. It is about analyzing messages, understanding perspectives, and asking meaningful questions. And also, teachers may lack technical skills with media tools like video editing, digital presentations, or online platforms, which can make it harder to assess the projects properly. Canada's Center for Digital and Media Literacy recommends 2 key steps for developing clear, comprehensive, and meaningful assessment tools for media literacy. Media literacy can be evaluated by first, using a rubric to assess student work, and second is aligning the rubric expectations with key media literacy concepts. Overall, there are 3 main ways to evaluate media literacy tasks. Okay, so the first way to evaluate media literacy tasks is based on how well the student understand the key concepts of media literacy and the specific concepts and ideas being explored in the lesson. Okay, so understanding of concept, this part checks kung nakasabot ba gyud ang student sa lesson. So dili lang kay nakamemorize sila sa kanang lesson ug kung unsa ang gi-discuss, but also dili apod makita kung unsa gyud ilahang nasabtan like sa mga key concepts sa media literacy like bias, point of view, target audience, o ang message. And then the second one is based on the depth and quality of the student's inquiry and analysis of the questions raised in the lesson. So, as well as his or her thoughtfulness in identifying issues and questions to examine. Okay, so when assessing a student's work in media literacy, it is important to focus on the depth and quality of their inquiry and analysis. So this means looking at how thoroughly the student explored the topics or issue presented in the lesson and how well they understood and examined the questions raised. Okay, so the evaluation should also consider the student's ability to think critically and thoughtfully, especially in identifying relevant issues and formulating meaningful questions for further examination. Okay, so the third one is based on how well the student applies specific technical skills associated with either the medium being studied, such as movies, TV, video games, and etc. The medium used in the evaluation tool or both. Okay, so this means that part of a student's grade should depend on how well they use certain technical skills related to the type of media they are studying. So for example, if the lesson is about movies or video games, the teacher should look at how well the student understands and uses tools or techniques connected to that media. It could also include how they use technology to present their ideas or projects, like editing a video or creating a digital presentation. So in short, the student is assessed not just on what they know, but also on how well they can apply technical skills in using or analyzing media.